pink, purple, and gray. A group of people are in a rush, or not, on their way to their working places, still numb from the lack of sleep. We can imagine that some of them didn't manage to sleep at all, having to finish their tasks or working on their second or third job. Or they couldn't sleep because of the noise his or her flatmates did. Not being able to afford an own apartment or a house, but who can? It's morning or evening or night. It doesn't matter. They have to go to work in order to have a minimal certainty that they are going to subsist, and that in time they will afford to buy the lifestyle that they dream of.
Collision. An accident has occurred and the traffic is jammed. The public transport is stopped and everyone is waiting. Someone could be hurt or even dead, and in that case someone else will be in great pain, having to grieve the loss of a loved one. But all of these are not important, because one thing is certain: the traffic is jammed.
The traffic is jammed and they will not make it in time for work. Maybe this is not their first time. Maybe they had to call on sick last week. They feel threatened that they will get fired. What next? Where next? And with what? Orange, yellow, and gray. Always pressed to perform on a job that is not what they dreamed of. In their youth, they had other problems and other perspectives on the future. The future looked like an escape route, a way out of the powerlessness of teenagerhood. Then the future seemed to be the place when one would blossom, experience life, and enjoy it.
Not much happened. They found themselves to still be powerless and almost as poor. Certainly, they are more stressed and unhappy. Now, the future doesn't promise any escape, but more depth instead.
They understood the logic of the game and that time is not on their side. So, depression grabs them one by one and sinks them into a miserable life, with no passion other than alcohol use, pornography, and drugs.
Purple, red, and grey. They have to risk. This is the logic of the game. The more you risk, the more you gain, they say. The game is giving you a rush. Everything is at stake. They are offered this great chance to change their lives and become something else. To become better, superior to the other mortals that scavenge as rats through the slums of the city. Money, wealth, social status. First, this will be simulated. They will have to spend all their income on building their image. One has to look like a shark in order to swim with sharks without being eaten alive.
So they risk. Should they risk? They are still in doubt, but what to do? To work as a storeman? As a warehouse worker? Cleaner? To work 8, 10, 12 hours a day? While being despised for your labor? Surely not. They don't want that. They want the good life, the classic parties with champagne and French cheese. They want to travel in private jets wearing their custom-tailored suits and super expensive perfumes. So they have to risk. Green, purple, and gray. Alienated, isolated. In a point in life where they feel trapped. There is no life outside work, and everything is related to work. Their hobbies, their friends, their personal relations. They find themselves in a comfortable but alienating place. They can afford the lives that they desired. They do travel once in a while and go in exotic countries.
There, abroad, they feel powerful, mostly because they go and visit poor countries, where they can afford living in enclosed luxury facilities, and buy everyone's time and attention, treating badly the hotel and restaurant employees, abusing the local women and children, while fully enjoying themselves at the local parties, made especially for the foreign tourists.
Back home, they lose their economic power and get to be bullied by their bosses. Pink, purple, green, and gray. Work, work, work. Instagram and Facebook posts, sharing the happiness they share in their relationship. A perfect couple posing as the people they follow on social media and envy.
They pose as a couple, enjoying one another, but their relationship got colder. Too exhausted by work and the social charade, they forgot how to appreciate one another, how to arouse and get aroused.
Love has transformed into another task, standardized and scheduled between work tasks and parenting.
They still love each other, they think, but they feel the need to augment their feelings through pharmaceutical and alcohol, fantasies with work colleagues, and pornography. They still want to get involved, so they decide to invest in their relationship, so they try couple therapy.
This doesn't help them too much and deepens their frustration with themselves and their lives.
Orange, red, purple, and grey. This is the end of the road.
Nothing feels like worth fighting for. For what? All the struggle was in vain and no escape from the routine emerged.
The only certainty remained death.
All that time lost with hopes and hours of stress for finally understanding that the game was corrupted, that the race was unfair.
So unfair that competition wasn't a solution. They had nothing while the others had everything.
How could they compete? They had to struggle, take loans, get educated, get trained, and still, even if they would deserve it, it didn't happen.
How can they compete with inherited wealth, with decades if not centuries of accumulated capital?
How can they continue going while everything seems to go against them, while lubricating the path for big corporations and their tax exemption?
It cannot go like this any longer.